Good day, my ladies and my gents. Welcome to Wednesday, which means it's time for another episode of What Did You Buy Wednesday? Uh, First, apologize. I didn't get an episode out last week. I was having some health issues and was not feeling the best in the world and kind of down, and you know how it goes. Um, but anyway, we're back, and Mojo's back, and we got stuff. So, uh, first, talk about What Did You Buy Wednesday? Hosted by our buddy Joe over at Big Sky Model Workshop. He's got some really cool stuff. Go check him out. The idea is stash ads. You manage to hit a good haul. Like, I'll talk about this guy here in a little bit. My God, I got a deal on him. So anyway, but you got a good deal on stuff. You got a way to save some money. You got some ideas that just help out other people. You bought a paintbrush a month ago. You haven't talked about it yet. Post it up, man. Have some fun. Uh, but anyway, talking about something to save a little bit of tips or whatever. You'll notice I have that on my bottle of Tamiya. And if you'll excuse me just a second, I need to get a drink of water. A little dry out here today. I realized I didn't have any white flat paint. I've got Tamiya gloss, I've got Revell gloss, I've got Tester gloss. I don't have any flat, so I ordered some flat from Hobby Lobby, HobbyLinc. I got HobbyLinc and Hobby Lobby in my stash today. But I went ahead and did that. But I put a piece of masking tape with flat on it. This tells me, just by glancing at it, that this is my white flat. It's not the gloss. I've got black paint, Tamiya. Gloss, semi-gloss, flat, rubber black. So I have on each of them something similar to tell me which is which, that I can see at a glass without my glasses on, horribly nearsighted. It's great for this, but when I'm trying to find some paint that's on the other side of the workbench, and I don't know which one it is. But I did also get a couple of grays. I got some more buff. Got several more bottles of the X22 clear. I love this stuff. Only problem that I have had with the clear gloss X22 is when I'm using the flats from Tamiya. The gloss tends to almost acts like a thinner on it. And it tries to wash it off. So you have to, if you're using a brush, a paintbrush, it will, you need to be kind of careful and kind of quick. Nice thing is, one thing I love about this stuff is it goes on, even it looks kind of rough and some paint streaks, it dries smooth. It will dry out, it will even out, and it will dry smooth. And never had any other issues other than, dissolving that. The only time I like to put it over my decals. After I got the decals on, it'll seal it in. Over Molotov Chrome, I usually wait for it at least overnight, if not 24 hours, and I can put it on, and it'll help seal that in. I've had problem with one set of kit decals that it did not like, but those were old, very old, Galaxy Limited for the transport trailer, that bumper pulled transport trailer they had, and it caused a problem with them. But I think it was because the decals were old. But anyway, that's what I got for paints. But now, here's the fun part. Remember here 2 or 3, 4 weeks ago, I showed up with an eye patch because I had scratched my eyeball putting up a ceiling fan. And dummy me was having to carve out stuff in the roof of a manufactured home with that really crappy blown in insulation, plywood, sheetrock, upside down with a jigsaw, Looking up into it, no safety goggles. What could possibly go wrong? It did. I scratched my eye. So anyway, I ordered some goggles. We talked about that before, and Mom wanted one wanted a fan in her room. She saw what I went through, and she asked if I would be willing to do it, and I said I'll do it for the price of a kit. She readily agreed. I got the goggles and I got everything together, put that up, and then I went ahead and made my order. So I this is the kit that I chose as my prize. So and one reason I went ahead and decided, Josh, VCGresins.com, is coming out. He's teased it in his newsletter, first of the month newsletter. Here a few weeks ago, he teased that he is going to be introducing some new tires and wheels that are more in register with the pickup, because the ones that come with it, excuse me, they are small. They're not that good. They're not that nice. They might work on something that's quite a bit lower, but for something like this, you need beefier, bigger tires. So Josh is coming out with them. And if you want to find out when he actually introduces it, be sure and go to VCG Resins. Sign up for the newsletter. It's on the front page. Put your name, put your email address in it. Boom, you're done. When he gets new stuff coming out, he'll send an email out, usually Saturday or Sunday, and boom, it's been introduced. If you'd already signed up for the newsletter, you would have known that this last weekend he introduced the Nailhead Buick engine. It's a stock engine. It doesn't have the upgrades for it yet, but he just introduced the Buick for that, as well as some really cool looking steering wheels. And we'll talk about that next week because I ordered me some. But you'll find out when he has the wheels available for this. And so that's kind of going to be exciting for that. And but anyway, I like Mobius kits, so I ordered that. In the meantime, I discovered that after I placed the order on a week ago Sunday, uh, I on Monday I discovered that this kit became available, and I went right to my go-to at HobbyLinc, and I saw that they have this. I think it's like $22 for the Fiero. I got to test drive one when I was still in the Navy back in '84, and I was it was the anemic 4-cylinder, and yeah, it wasn't that peppy, but it was still a fun drive. It was fun to play with, and I've always wanted one. I know they had a lot of problems. I know they had problems with cooling. I know they had problems with fires in the engine compartment, but still, this is absolutely a cool car. I've always wanted. They had it on sale, like I said, $22. Neat thing about Hobby Link, if you want to change your order, if you need to take something off, or if you need to add something on, once you've made an order, before they get it filled, excuse me, you can email um, customer service. Tell them what you need to do to change your order. If you want to add something to your order, let them know the part number, and that kind of thing. And within an hour, I got an email back from them on a week ago Monday saying, yes, it has been added. Go to check out the new invoice. Everything's great. Fantastic. Yay. So I got me a Fiero. Originally, I have been told that when they were doing the prototype, like in 82, 83, now I don't know the Corvette engine series. I don't know what it was called in 82, 83, but they had, when they were doing the prototype, they managed to shoehorn a V8 Corvette engine into this little guy. And being half the size and half the weight and all the motor, it dusted the vet. This is the story that I've got. And Well, we can't have this little upstart little miniature thing blasting away our flagship sports car. So put they demanded they put a much smaller engine in it, so they wound up with the little anemic 4-cylinder. And yeah, but 80 they started people started putting aftermarket turbos in it, and that got it peppier. 85 they introduced it with the V6 turbo, which is what this is. And I am going to see if there is enough room that I might can cram a VCG small block V8 Chevy engine in there. I don't know if I can. I have not looked at it. I have not looked that far at it. So, but I'm going to give it a shot and see if it can. That's going to be fun. So, now, but anyway, yeah, I got all that, on Saturday, I guess. So, and then Monday, I needed to go into town, do some couple of errands. One of them took me by Hobby Lobby. So, I went ahead and picked this up. I've been eyeing him for a while. Yeah, I know he's not exactly the best in the world. I like the body style. It looks kind of cool. Um, but they say that the engine is crappy. The engine compartment is lousy. Uh, you know, well, VCG to the rescue. Put a big block Ford engine in it. Put VCG battery, master cylinder, some other stuff in it that you can get for under the hood, and you can have a decent looking little truck. Uh, there are others, and I'm trying to remember who, but there are some that have stuff like a grill that you can have a different grill. It's a 78 here, but they make it like for a 74, 75 or something like this. I don't remember. Uh, that you can actually change that and make it into a different year model. I haven't gone that far. I haven't looked that far, but I've been looking at it. And I thought it's $32, $33 normally, 20% off, just under 20 bucks. Not a bad deal. Now, my prize. I am thrilled to death over this. Now, you know me. I was a long haul trucker for many, many, many years. I love trucks. For me, building a truck is simple. I love trucks. Uh, there are days I wish I could go back driving. But, AMT introduced a bunch of these variants of your basic, like Kenworth Peterbilts. They've got several different Peterbilts. But this one, I always thought was cool. It has the heavy duty hood, fenders, this kind of thing. Uh, they run, I've seen it on Model Roundup, Auto World. They're running somewhere between $72 and $80 there. Uh, I haven't gone to eBay or Amazon to see if somebody's selling it cheaper. Uh, HobbyLinc has them on for $63 and change. At Hobby Lobby, they've got their truck kits running between $45 and $50 depending on the kit. This one runs right at 50. Well, $49.99. It's 40% off weekend or week. It runs through this Saturday, so you can pick up a truck for 30 bucks, 28 $30 depending on which one you get. Which, by the way, I'm going to do a little bit more self-promotion here. A little bit more, if something like that, if you want to go into my Eastbound and Down group build, I'll have a link to the rules down below. I don't want y'all to spend a whole bunch of money getting a kit for it. If you want to, fine, but if you can get something like this for $30 at HobbyLinc, Hobby Lobby, uh, man, that would be great. So, but anyway, uh, this would be $30 with 40% off. It was open. I had seen it in there for a while, and it had tape. You can see it's got a little bit of tape here. And so I opened it up, got out all of the trees, and I'm looking at here to make sure I got everything. And I got to looking. I got to looking. There's no chrome tree. There's no chrome tree in the box. There's no chrome tree here. Show listed. There's no chrome. None at all. It is all white plastic. You've got some chain and the metal axles that are chrome. They're steel, basically. You got the clear gloss. You got the clear amber and the clear red for the marker lights, tail lights, headlights, windows, and of course tires and decals. Everything else is white plastic. So hey, but I did check and make sure everything is in there. So went up to the front, and I'm expecting to pay $30 for it because that's what the sale price would be. Manager was there, and they were looking at it because they had to look it up. And she said, "It's open." And I said, "Yeah." And I said, "But it's all there." And she said, "Well, that one's been sitting there." She says, "I check things out from time to time." She says, "That one's been sitting there for a long time because it is open. What do you say if we knock another $10 off? $20 for this. Basically 75% off retail price. Do you think I'm going to say no to that? $20? Yeah, I said, go for it. I'm pleased with that. Yes, please. Give me $20. Give me. So anyway, yeah, heck of a deal. So it cost the same thing that cost. And it was cheaper than what that cost. So yeah. Anyway, talked about VCG resins. Talked about the newsletter. I talked about the promo code Jester10. Yeah. So anyway, a little bit more on Joe Big Sky Model Workshop. Uh, he has taken over the basically hosting the under 1,000 subscriber group build. For those of us that are under 1,000 subscribers, so far as I know, that's pretty much the only thing. I don't know all the ins and outs. Joe, I really need to watch that video. So, but anyway, check out, Big Sky Model Workshop here on YouTube. I'll have a link to his channel down below. Uh, go check it out. I guess we got my build, the eastbound and down truck build. I'll have a link to that video so that y'all can check that out if you're interested. Uh, so I am not demanding that it be a new kit. I am not demanding that you have to go out and pay a bunch of money for it. If you can find a deal like this, Hobby Lobby, like I said, Hobby Lobby has truck kits in a lot of places. You can get it for $28 to $30, depending on which kit you get, because they run between 45 and 50. They've got, at mine at least, they've got that Ford dump truck with the snowplow on the front. That would be great. Somebody asked me if they could do the Kenworth cement mixer. Man, fantastic. You want to do a military truck? Man, go for it. You want to take something like this and make a hot rod, a rat rod, lower it. Man, go for it. The only thing that I have, the only real requirement I have for that is it needs to be kind of a freight hauler type truck. It can be American, it can be European, it can be Asian, but it needs to have enough of the cab to be recognizable for what the truck is. So otherwise, let your imagination fly. You want to do box stock, you want to do a massive altar, you want to chop it, you want to lower it, you want to hot rod it, you want to take something like a blown V8 572 cubic inch Chevy engine and shove under it and make a little mini drag racer or hot rod out of it. Man, go for it. So anyway, enough of that. Well, dang it. Yapped on for 20 minutes, hoping I would be able to get out. This is the third time I've done this, and the third time I've come up with 20 minutes. So I'm going to shut up. BTEX signing out.